How are you now? And you are listening to the Theory of Thing Investment Podcast, brought to you live from the studios of Volatility Group, where I currently work and will work for a long time, but I now work. I am James Whelan. I am your host today, and I'm joined by Heath Moss of HLM Investments. What's happening, Heath?
Not much, mate. We're all working. We're both working. I'm still with HLM. Yeah, only one here. But yeah,
Well done, mate.
very, very good. Still grinding the years, doing the whole thing. But yeah, nothing too exciting to report back.
Mate, it's, you look at you're skinny. You're a slender man, mate. It's sensational. I got a haircut this morning. Actually.
You got a haircut?
Slender man.
Have you got more than one barber in Sydney?
I go to Mario down at in the arcade down at Pitt Street next to the place where I used to work.
Yep.
He's there at the back. Mario is going through. He was telling me about how stressed he's been because he's renovating his shop, his barber shop. He's going bigger. Little cave that's out the back there. Strongly recommend it too. He's a great guy. Anyone who knows that arcade on Pitt Street, just there between Angel and anyway along there. You know the one. He's there and he's stressed. He's just like, you know what I'm doing? I've told the wife that I just need to get on a plane this afternoon. I'm going to go down to Phillip Island. I'm going to ride he's got a CC motorcycle. His brother or cousin or something has some things out there. He's just going to heave that thing around Phillip Island, and I'm sitting there just going, mate, go live it, man. Just absolutely spot on, live it. I'm not going to lie to you. Big part of the reason why I left my last gig is because I was just putting too much into it, burnt out, screaming at people, screaming at myself more than anything. And you just need to chill, man. Like, I'm just sitting there with the coffee, just going, you know what? So this new place is sensational. Like what we've got, we own small cap stock. We've got Invest House. We've got a bunch of businesses. My job is to sort of tie the whole thing together, but it just works. It just gets it together. But it's like, just try and do everything all at once, I think is the lesson that I've got to learn there too.
Yeah. And that's something I've got to learn, being able to step away from the screen. Because even when I do go away, constantly checking the phone, checking prices and stuff like that, it's just, it's a hard habit to break, especially, doing all this by myself. But, it's important to be able to take a break.
It is important to take a break. I am learning as well. Now, also, happy draft day, mate. We are 9 minutes away from draft day. It is the 22nd of August, 2025. It is currently 12:06, and we are 8 minutes and 54 seconds away from the draft of the, what do we call this? The Theory of Thing HLM Fantasy Football League.
Yep.
Good luck to all players. Good luck to all punters. Make sure you're in there. We've got Big Coxie. Coxie's got his first on the draft pick, and
are those
sending out best wishes to Big Guy Coxie. His father passed away a couple of days ago, so
that's not good,
mate. I'd say it's not going to make up for the loss, but he's first on the draft. He's first on the draft list. So it's a mixed week. But no, his dad was an absolute legend, and I can't get down to Kiama for the funeral. Anyway, so
those numbers are correct, are they? Are they where we are in the draft position? Are they?
That's right. Yeah. So if you go,
I've got a second pick. Then
you have second pick.
I don't mind that at all.
Yes, you do. Ify 83's got second pick, and then we got Timmy's in third. Wep's in there, and obviously because I'm the commissioner, so I'm down at 12th. I may actually now might be the time for me to change the league.
Yeah, it was. I was around 12th last year, and it's okay. A real awkward position to draft in. Really awkward position.
Mate, get after it, mate. What have you got for us?
All right, I'll share the screen. All right, we're using a new recording software today, so let's see how this goes.
Don't tell people what we're using. I want to keep this a trade secret because it's an amazing piece of AI technology. We are utilizing artificial intelligence in everything.
Can you see that? Can you see my screen?
Of course I can see your screen.
Beautiful.
Mate.
Fantastic. Worked it out.
Time.
Fantastic.
I'm going to sit here and do my draft while you do your chat, okay, mate?
No worries.
Just do what you do.
No worries. So what we're looking at here, S&P 500. Been a lot of yelling and screaming about the US markets this week because we're down a little bit. I mean, S&P 500 is down about 1.7%, Nasdaq's about 3%, and a few people are suggesting the sky is falling. There's nothing really new to report. The Q2 earnings season in the US, apart from NVIDIA, is wrapping up. And it's been very, very good, very strong earnings growing around 11%. I think expected was only 5%, revenues growing around 6%, and that was only expected to be around 4%. So well ahead forecast, no signs of tariff impacts yet. The consumer still looks healthy. Retail sales figures in the US were up around 0.5% in July, well ahead of expectations. The June number, which was a little bit soft, was upgraded. So all things looking good there. It's just, more of the same story of an economy slowing rather than, any recession that is imminent. But again, I've said it before, I believe in the second half of this year, we're going to see a lot of deregulation. We move past the tariffs. Companies will have a better idea of what the landscape is and therefore be able to plan more. And we'll see the US economy accelerate. And maybe some of that AI productivity starts kicking into the economy as well. So,
Well, it's
S&P
interesting. MIT came out with a study just a couple of days ago, I think, that you want to talk about, just showing how little
Yeah.
productivity has actually been achieved. How many companies have not actually gained anything through AI?
Yeah, it was like 95% of
That
companies
sounds about
are
right.
failing or something like that. But the ones that matter are the top 7 on the S&P 500, and they are seeing results. They're seeing margins expand, and they're seeing return on equities expand as well. So
Mm.
it is having an impact there. And places like Visa and MasterCard and that are telling us that we're seeing more fraud detection and prevention because of the use of the AI. It's still early days, and I think that's what spooked the market a little bit. If we go to the Nasdaq, like I said, down around 3% this week or so. We've seen Sam Altman came out on the weekend and said maybe people are getting a little bit too excited and too ahead of themselves in terms of AI and its impacts, immediate impacts.
Yep.
But then in this next breath said, "Oh, we'll be spending $1 trillion over the next few years on GPUs and data centers and infrastructure, etc." So, it's coming. We know it's coming, and it might not be tomorrow, but these impacts are going to be real, and they're going to be massive. I believe they're going to be massive. So, so that's basically it for the two major bourses over there. Nothing really else to chat about. Maybe one of the Fed members that Biden put in, Cook, may have to step down. Looks like she's maybe committed a little bit of fraud there. Maybe, just maybe.
Light fraud? Is it a little bit of light fraud?
A little bit of
Interesting.
light fraud. They're
Light
light on
fraud,
mortgage
they call it.
applications.
Speaking of light fraud, are we going to talk about these master trusts? We got the
which
Shield.
one?
It seems like it was in. Well, there's two of them. There's the Shield, and then there's the first whatever.
Yep, First Guardian. Was it First Guardian?
This First Guardian. That's right.
Yeah.
That had been plugged. Loved SQM. SQM got a really bad rap because they actually had it on a,
high rating.
that they'd gone over these things. I didn't want to make that a thing, but it happens, mate. This is going to be Australia's biggest fraud.
It could be. I think it's
biggest fraud.
About $1 billion in super
It's over
fund losses.
over $1 billion.
Yeah,
and I've actually got the AFR. Making sure that we keep the AFR because it's actually all related to some of the stuff that we're dealing with as well. Specifically, anyway, I don't want to say exactly what it is, but it's related to it's will infect a big chunk of the market. Be aware of that. But I love that I've got that AFR article. So it's going BDO audited. BDO saw no problem. And BDO is sticking by their guns, just saying we saw no problem. We still don't think there's anything wrong. And it's like,
I mean, if you're cooking the books, you're not going to get picked up. I read about another story about Enron.
That's the point of the auditor. That's what you got to be there for. That's what you have them for.
Set of books. You've got a separate. That's like Enron. I mean, I read an article about a hedge fund manager talking about their investment in Enron back in the day, and they're like, "There's just no way any funds would know because they were literally keeping two separate sets of books, and only one book was available for the public to see." So,
but that's what you have you actually do the check and you go down deep into it, and all this auditing stuff that you're supposed to do. Anyway, it's going to be bad. It's bad, and it is bad already.
It is,
and it's going to affect a lot of stuff downstream as well. So pay attention to what's going on there.
Yes.
Chris' case is going to be nothing compared to what's going on with this.
Well, Storm Financial will probably end up being nothing compared to this. Remember Storm Financial back in the day in GFC?
I remember Storm.
Yeah.
I remember when I worked at CommSec, Advisor Services, and the wholesale side of CommSec. And because I was on the other side when Storm happened. I was on the outside. I made a joke about Storm. So just like, I don't know what it was. It was sort of just off the cuffs, and someone looked at me and just went, "We don't do that." James. It was just
We
so well.
we
They were
don't
those
talk about
kids.
Bruno.
We don't talk about.
Bruno.
Yeah, it was straight up, and they're just like, we don't. No, it was I was for, and he was a young guy too, like
Yep.
talking to a senior guy,
Yep.
and he's just gone. We don't. And I was just going, yeah, understood. They were on the phones, all hours of the night, calling people crying, and they're calling saying you have to put more money into your margin loan,
Yep.
or we have to close you out, and that's going to happen now. It's like 8, 9 o'clock at night, just working all hours, just getting on the phone. So absolute nightmare trying to.
What was
get
the
that
other
thing
one?
away.
What was the other one? It was Storm Financial. Was it Opus? No, was it?
Opus Prime was connected to the Tricom one.
Yep.
And that's what tipped our market over in the GFC.
And Chameleon, was that another one? The one connected to the ANZ. There was one connected to the ANZ.
That was ANZ was also connected to the Opus Prime thing. Yeah. That was fascinating that time.
But
as well.
yeah, it was.
What's his name? Tricom. Glenn.
Yeah, Tricom.
What's his name? Someone help me. He's actually a genuinely nice guy too. Just happened to be head of Tricom. Mate, that's all I've got for this week. So stay calm, stay cool, stay amongst it. I'm loving this new job, which is great.
It's fantastic. It's good to hear.
The small caps thing. My pick of the week, and obviously we're conflicted because they're a client of ours that they've done, and we're running some articles on them. Yes.
Yes.
Redstone Resources. I have been talking about this one. Just going. They've got assay results coming out in a couple of weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Get a couple of lotto tickets, send them. Maybe just have a little bit of a holding. They had some that just scratching around. They've got surface level copper that they've had, and they drilled with grades up to 18%. And they've drilled down almost 1,200 meters, and they got the assay results coming out soon. So if you just want to go and just say, you know what, have that one. And when those results come out, if they're in the line that it should be, then just take a little bit of profit, but make sure that you still hold it because they've got more to come. So that's my pick of the week. I do it, and they are going through us. But I've talked to a lot of companies this in the last couple of weeks with this job. That one's really lit me up.
Fantastic,
big time. Pay attention to that one. So RDS. And I'm
RDS.
going to have more of this because now I'm on the coalface actually talking to small cap companies as opposed to sort of being managing a wealth management team. So I'm going to have more of these amazing hot tips, mate. What do you got for us? Anything? And then I think
no,
I'm just going to go.
I'm ready to go. I'm ready to get my picks in.
Oh yeah, what do you got? Shirts. Hang on. What do we got? Yeah, I missed it. Okay. Yeah, we're starting. Here we go. Do I have to hit the start button?
I don't know. You're in control.
Start. Okay. All right, we're starting. Good luck, mate.
Have a good one.
You're on the clock. Graz is on the clock. All right, I'll talk to you later. Thanks, mate. Bye.
Bye.